welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to showcase the new e.l.f. Beautifully Precise Crystal brushes. I just want to showcase these and see how well they perform. This is my first review, first impression, so we'll kind of see how everything goes. This one is the number 101 Precision Powder Brush. It's very large and it's very soft, so I'm hoping that this will, you know, beautify my face. This one is the number 103 Precision Airbrush Blender. It got flattened in, I don't know if it's meant to be flattened on one edge or not, but it got flattened on one edge, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be like that on purpose. As far as like the brush quality, it's not like the best of the best. There's some imperfections in the wand. You can tell the discoloration right here. There's like some brush discoloration. This one is the 102 Precision Multi-Blender Massager. Let me get it out of the pack. This one is so neat. It has bubbles, like raised points on the brush for blending, and it's curved. So I feel like this will be really good to massage foundation into the skin, sort of like this. So that's kind of awesome. I've got a Precision Airbrush Stipple Brush, the number 105. And I don't know if these are sold separately. This one's much smaller. Again, same with the brush quality. I feel like a lot of these are tapered sort of at the top. Like they almost need to be cut, because that's like rough, these little brush hairs. So maybe they need to be trimmed, I'm not sure. We've got the 202 Precision Smudge Brush here. I might have to add in a couple of my own brushes for this look today. We'll see. They call this one the Precision Sculpting Brush, number 104. It looks like that. Great for contour, like in this area, especially here. So, you know, that'll be good. Maybe along the nose. Yeah, that'll be a good one to have. But yeah, lack of eye brushes at this point. Let's see what else we've got. I've got an eyeliner brush, number 204. Looks like that. I don't know. That's sort of, I don't know how that's going to be precise enough for eyeliner. We'll see. But same thing for this. So there's two of them in the kit. And that one I will have to check and confirm. We've got the number 203, which is the Precision Duo Eyebrow Brush. So it's got a spoolie on the end, and then just like a angled brush for the brows. So we'll see how far I can get with doing my makeup today with these brushes. I went ahead and moisturized and primed my skin, and then what I'll be doing is just using some other priming products. So I have the Urban Decay Potion Primer. I'm just going to put a little bit on the eyes. And my lighting is going to change here in just a second so that I can actually see. And then I'm going to take my Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This is from MAC. And just put that all over the eyes. And then after I sort of press that in, I like to set everything on the eyes, or anything that's sort of cream based, with translucent powder. So just use the 103 to set the eye area. I have to make sure not to poke myself in the eye. Okay, let's start with drawing on the brows. So again, I'm going to use this eyebrow brush number 203. And we will just use, I have the Ash Brown Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. And I'll just use a small little mirror. It picks up a lot of product, so that's good. I'm going to just lightly feather this in. So I feel like this brush is kind of fluffy for an eyebrow brush. I bet it would be really good for powders. but I feel like because it's so fluffy and it's not as precise, I'm not getting the precision that I need, and it's actually sort of wiping off a lot of the product that I'm putting on my brow. So let me try to feather some of this up. The spoolie is large. It may not be something that I recommend only because of the spoolie. You can tell on like even just what comes with the Anastasia Brow Wiz, the spoolie is much finer on that product than on the e.l.f. one. So, you know, there's that review on that brush. Not bad though. Okay, let's do the other eye. So for this one, let's see if I can feather some hair strokes in. Okay, so as far as like a skinnier brow is concerned, it does fine. It's not as precise, and so I think this would work well for someone who fills in their eyebrows with powders versus like using a dip brow. So I'm actually gonna maybe sculpt this down a little bit with the spoolie, and then sculpt this one up, barely. Do you see the patchiness where it just sort of removes color? So that is just a little bit annoying. Okay, good enough for now. We'll see if I play with that in a little bit. All right, so, you know, I give that one maybe like a 75%, you know, C+, or just a C, really. Let's try the face products now that my primer has set on the face. So I'll be using just my tried and true L'Oreal Pro Matte 103, and let's place it on this brush. I've seen other girls use this as far as mixing their foundation out, so I only put in one, maybe 1.5 squeezes on this brush. I'm actually going to dot this sort of all over, sort of blend this in. So that just eats up tons of foundation. Wow, it didn't even cover. I usually use about that much for my whole face with the Beauty Blender, and this just ate the whole thing up. Okay, let's try this again. Another squeeze. I mean, you can definitely tell just the brush is just soaking up a ton of that product. So this is definitely a fail in my book. I would not recommend this brush. Maybe for powder, but definitely not for massaging product into your face. I haven't even done my forehead yet because it's gonna soak it all in. Yeah, very strange, this brush. It just soaked up everything, really. You can tell just how much is just stuck in there. Yeah, it's like coming off of my finger. So, oh, okay. That one's probably not a redo. Probably won't use that one again. Let's use the powder brush to sort of powder all the other areas lightly that I wouldn't normally contour on. I don't really have a concealer brush in this set, and so I will most likely use this guy. Okay, so we're taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Neutral, and I will be placing this in sort of a ray pattern underneath my eyes. We'll start there first. I'm going to spray this brush with a little bit of the NYX Dewy Matte Finish. and just start buffing that in. I'm just going to use whatever product is left over and just sort of buff that in. This brush is already shedding, so it actually could be because the brush is just not trimmed. I feel like if this brush was trimmed a little bit or given a haircut, the brush would be much better. So this one gets also a C in my book. I'm just going to use the same brush and just set that with some powder. Okay, let's try to contour now. 104 contour brush, and I'm just gonna dip it into the Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced and just sort of etch out. Now this brush is very nice. So I paid $74.99, and then I had free shipping, and I got a freebie from it from e.l.f., which is like their New Year's glam grab bag. So for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. For 9 brushes, I paid $75. So we'll see at the end of the tutorial, or really first impression, if $75 is even worth the price for even the ones that work out. So I'm going to grab just a little bit more and contour out my nose. I feel like that's a lot. So what I'm going to do is just grab that brush from earlier, which is the 105, and just sort of feather that out. That looks slightly better. I'm going to grab just some bronzer. So this is the Milani Baked Bronzer that I'm using. It's in a depotted Z palette that I have. So I'm going to be using this shade, sort of like an orangey brown color, and just sort of bronze up the rest of my face this way. Buff that out. Okay, I don't have a blush brush in this set, so I'll just reuse the 105 brush again. And I'm actually going to stipple this on because I feel like it would work better to stipple with this brush. And then I'm going to take MAC's Soft and Gentle without cleaning off the brush and just dusting that sort of everywhere I want to highlight. Very subtle. Nothing too crazy today. Okay, so the face makeup looks okay up close. I don't feel like it's too harsh in person. It may need a little fine tuning, so like right up here where it's sort of creasing, I will need to use a beauty blender to sort of fix that. So there's that little area. So out of these 4 brushes that I've used so far, I say the only one that was a real huge dud for me is this brush, which is the 102. I will likely not ever use this again, so maybe for powder I guess it would work really well, or like if you really wanted a bronze, so maybe I'll try it again. I don't know, it's hard because I find that it just sucks up so much product when it's liquid in this type of brush. So that will not be used again for foundation. I really love this powder brush, which is the 103. This one felt really nice putting on like bronzer all over the face, and I felt like it was just diffused enough and like dense enough, but still fluffy enough that it didn't feel so harsh on the face. The eyebrow pencil, again, if this is the only one that you want to buy, it's a decent one. I find that the Ardell one that they sell at Sally's is a better brow brush, or a better dupe for the Anastasia one. But if you are buying this brush, I'm not going to say that you're going to be disappointed unless you've used other brushes that are better quality, but if you're just starting out, this is a really good one to have for your brows. I find that this will probably work better with powder than it would with a gel product, so keep that in mind. And then this one is okay, the 105 brush. Because of this like weird tapering, I just feel like it's sort of a manufacturing mishap, because you know, most tapered round brushes like this, or most round blending brushes like this, sort of have the ends cut off. So like, I'll just do it now on camera. So just that little bit that I did, if you can tell. You probably can't tell. Let's see. Do you see how when I just trim that little edge off, it just looks better? And I mean, to me that feels a little better on that side than on this side. It's just really rough on that other side, so I'll probably end up doing that, is just trimming off the rest of the bristles. So yep, much better now. Oh yeah, that feels so much better. Okay, so if you get this one, just trim the bristles, unless mine was a dud, who knows. Okay, let's go with powdering the face. So I'm gonna just use my L'Oreal Infallible True Match powder in Fair, and just lightly powder everywhere now, just to knock off some of the airspun. This is so soft. This one is a favorite. I give this one an A. Even though it's large, I feel like it's just good for like a face powder brush. This is the 101. I love this one. This one's nice. And let's see. Now we have the other eye brushes that we're going to use for the eyes. Okay,